I'm sorry, but you have to leave. And he was like, you know, it's not you, but this is not the first time she did this, and I already let her know she can't let, ain't nobody allowed in my house.
What up, YouTube? I'm ready, and I'm Brie. Make sure y'all go like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell. Hey, what is?
Sounded great though. Sub, comment, like the content like soul food. It's so nice. R&B gang, 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 gang. Entertain you and cap up your night. Just like a boomerang, you come back. Better hit that bell or we gon' have a fight. That was a joke. R&B gang, we taking off. Good morning, good evening, good night. Hey, what up, Brie? What up, Ray?
What up, YouTube?
What up, y'all?
I'm Brie.
I'm Ray.
And we back at it again with some bullshit. What we talking about today, Ray?
Let me tell you what we got for y'all. It's a good one that nobody, I don't think anybody has come up with, and I'm just thought about it on my own.
I bet if you search it, it's probably out there.
It's story time.
It is a story time.
Okay, let me finish.
Damn thing.
It's a story time about a time where we snuck somebody in or we were snuck into somebody's house. It's gonna be a good one because this happened a minute ago, but it
did happen a minute ago.
This one was funny.
Listen, okay, so I got too many stories, so I'm gonna go once. Okay, she gonna go, and then I'm gonna go again for my little mini stories. Okay, so quick for mine. When I was like I think I was in like high school, I think. So I had a friend, right? Her name was Ronell, and she had a sister who was like way older than me. Oh, I told y'all about her, like the 26-year-old, her. So she done came to my house and everything, you know what I'm saying? My parents was not there. I don't know why Bria was at home by herself. I don't know why.
How old were you?
I don't remember, but I think it was high school, but I think it was like early on high school, like ninth
Or was
grade.
she 26 at the time?
How old was I?
Well, it depends what grade.
Ninth grade.
14, around, well, you would have been 13. So you would have turned 14, right? That summer after ninth grade.
Okay, well, she wasn't 26 at that time. She was 26 when I was 16. So she was like, what, 23, 22.
And you were how old?
14. Sorry.
Bria.
Listen, the girl was fine to me at that moment.
I hope she just came over just for fun and didn't do nothing.
Right.
With her. She going to jail.
Right.
Arrest this woman.
Right.
You were 14?
Right.
Oh,
so, Shorty came over, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was my whole little one thing, my whole little boo at the moment, you dig? So she came over, she had walked over. I was messing with some trifling females, obviously, because she didn't even have a car to drive to me. She ain't lived too far, but still. She walked over to me, came in the house and everything. At first we was chilling, you know what I'm saying, just laid up in my bed. Next thing you know, see, I didn't have to, like, since I was so young, it was bad because she did everything to me, and I didn't have to do anything to her. She was grown and lesbian, like, you did. She showed me things that Brielle probably shouldn't have known about when I was that age. I should have been playing with my toys somewhere, yet she was playing with me. Anyways.
And she was 22 when you was 14.
Yeah.
You was being played with at 14?
Yeah, honestly.
I didn't even start doing it until I was 15.
I think I was doing stuff even when I was even younger than that, but it was like experimental stuff. Like like I told you, I was always daddy when it came to playing games.
Yeah, like God.
So I done touched on girls' private, like little private parts.
I used to be scared.
I was scared too, but we did it. It is what it is. So I had her in my house. We did our thing, you know what I'm saying? She, you know, did things to me. It was what it was. Happy-go-lucky, right? Now, I don't know why Bria was not watching the time on when her parents were supposed to come home. But I was sitting there chilling. All of a sudden, I hear, "Hello, Brielle." I'm like, shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing. I'm like, hey, yeah. So I go downstairs, right? I put her in the closet. I put her big butt, like, and she was taller than me. This was a tree. I put her big butt in my closet, and I went downstairs to greet my stepmother. So I'm over there like, hey, you know, what's up, Mel, blah, blah, blah. So then I go back upstairs, and I'm like, I need to contemplate on how I'm about to get this girl out of my house. So I'm like, ooh, we got a little dog, you know what I'm saying? We got a little miniature poodle. So I'm like, I'm gonna act like I'm taking him outside. So she's sitting in there, and my stepmother, she's a smoker, so she was sitting there smoking a cigarette, you know what I'm saying, doing her thing. I'm like, all right, I'm about to take Sam outside. So I darted my ass upstairs real quick, and I said, come on, come on. So we over here sneaking down the steps. Now, mind you, it was an old house, so them things squeaking, you dig? So I'm over here like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm mad, scared as hell. So all of a sudden, like, she come out the house, she come downstairs, we go out the back door. My stepmother's in the front room, which you can see, it's like a big window in our house where you can see outside. And you can low-key kind of see our driveway too. and shorty, like I hugged her outside and everything like that, and she was walking down my driveway. I'm really surprised that my stepmother did not see a random woman walking down our driveway. But that was my life.
Well, all right. I think I was in high school too. I was in high school, I know that for a fact. I was like 15 or 16 or something like that though. The girl's a year younger than me. I was a sophomore in high school, she was a freshman in high school. I don't know, I'm tripping. So, I met this
No,
girl.
what is that? I see it now.
Oh, wait, hold on.
It's the sticker?
Yes.
Dead.
The sticker reflecting on my eye. I'm like, what is that? So, I met her playing basketball my sophomore year in high school. I don't know if she started liking me. I guess I did start liking her when we started trying to play her on this camera. So, she used to stay in the same complex as my best friend at the time. So, I'll go hang out with my best friend all the time. I'll see her all the time when I was over there. But this one particular night, you know, she wanted me to come over. Yo, it was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, I don't even know what we were up for, but me and my best friend used to be bad. So, or I wouldn't say bad, but we'd just be up all night, roaming the streets, you know. Like, we didn't like go tear stuff up, but we would just be outside kicking it with the neighborhood kids. And you know, if you do that now, you can't do that now, period. If the police see you now, you going to jail.
You can't be in certain buildings.
You can't
after
do
a certain
certain
time,
stuff.
let
You
alone being outside.
But when I was 15, 16, like, yeah, we'll be out all night, but we'll hide. Like, when you see the lights, we go hide and stuff like that, where we won't be like so deep that it's hard to, you know, cover yourself. We'll be on the playground hiding in the slide type of stuff. One night she was just like, come over. And I'm like, okay. And she was like, well, my mama home. And I'm like, all right, like, okay, so what you about to do, sneak me in or something? She was like, yeah. So her building was just maybe like a 3 to 5 minute walk from where I was at. So I went to her house when my best friend was her boyfriend house. So he lived like, I could see her boyfriend building from the girls' building. So like we left. Her sister, she lived with her sister. Her sister, I don't know, her sister just didn't pay us that much attention. So when we left, it was whatever. So my best friend, she go to the boy house. I come around the building to the girl house, and I'm like, I'm outside. How we about to do this? So she opens up her window, and she's like, come here. I'm like, what? So she had a screen on her window that does not open. She did not. It's not like a sliding screen or nothing like that. She stayed on the first floor, but it didn't slide. Like, it was just like permanently on
Supposed
her.
to pop that boy out?
That's exactly what we did. We popped that thing all, like, I'm telling y'all, we making noise. Like, I'm like, your mama gonna wake up. She was like, she gotta work in the morning, she's asleep, it's okay, don't worry about it. So I'm like, okay, like, so we like literally trying to pop that thing off. Like, she whispering, I'm outside of this girl house. I gotta be careful because like it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm not even supposed to be here. So I end up popping the screen out or whatever, and like I come in her room. She had stuff in her room, so it's like, how we gonna be quiet? Like, you should have moved this. Like, she got shit on the floor. Anyway, I get into the house or whatever. So I'm in her house. Her house pitch black. There's no lights on. She ain't got no lights, no TV in her room, none of that. Her door is open. So I'm like, why your door open? Whatever. She's like, we about to go in my brother's room. I'm like, so now you want me to maneuver the crib? Like, what are we doing? Like,
why we gotta go to a whole other room?
his bed was bigger than hers. I don't know.
Got
So it's like her mama room was on this side of the house, and like her and her brother room was on this side of the house. And then like you could walk, like if you look out her room, you could see the bedroom, her mama bedroom. But like it takes a minute because you got the living room in between and the kitchen in between and all that. Her mom door is open too. So I'm like, what? I'm like, this lady could just sneak and look around the corner, and she gonna see us doing
right,
whatever.
checking on her kids. Just
Right. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm young, so I didn't really care. Like, I don't really care. She like, come on. So she grabbed my wrist or whatever, and we walking or whatever. Her brother door was closed, I think, so we had to like quietly open his room so that way her mama don't hear nothing. So we ended up going in her brother room. I only came for one thing, so you know, we do what we do in her brother room. I'm pretty sure that was probably like our first time doing that. We was doing it for some hours. Like when I left, the sun was coming up. So we did our thing. So now the sun is coming up, right? So I don't know what time her mama had to work. I don't know none of that. I think in the midst of it all, like you could hear her mama like moving. I don't know if she was like actually getting up or whatever, but you could hear her moving or whatever. So she was like, come on, now we done doing what we gotta do. And she like, you you gotta go now. And I'm like, duh, come on.
Duh.
So she opened up the door. She was like, wait here for a minute. So every time I come over there, that's what she'll do. She'll tell me to wait for a second. She'll basically go be normal in her household and then come back just to, instead of her being gone for so long. Because, my mama would check on me. So if I don't go out there and show my face every so many hours, she coming in my room. So I think she was kind of like trying to prevent that. So, but her mama was asleep. It was like 5 in the morning or something like that. So she ended up coming back in the room and she was like, all right, come on. So we go back to her room or whatever. Now getting out was so hard because we popped the screen. So the screen was sitting outside of her window on the ground. So like I had to climb out the window, and it literally took like 10-15 minutes for us to try to put that screen back on the window. We making so much noise. Eventually, we didn't even put it it was like we popped it in a little bit, but because it wasn't supposed to come out, like it looked like that screen came off. So she was like, just don't worry about it. I think my mom about to get up. So I ran, yo. I got on. So that was one of my stories.
My last one. The thing is, I don't even remember who the girl was. I kind of think this was college, if I'm not mistaken.
Around in college.
Listen, okay, when I went back home, like when I came back from Lansing to the city, I was still being a thought, you know what I'm saying? So, listen. And I swear, because, okay, the girl I was dating at that moment, she was from the city too. And since I was like out for some reason, therefore, that's the reason I was in the city, my mama had to go to work. So my mama had work, and she got off earlier, and I didn't even know what time she got off. Like, I didn't know at this point. We wasn't in regulation anymore, you know what I'm saying? I didn't understand her schedule and stuff like that. So I had the shorty come over. She was with me all day. We was chilling, good. Next thing you know, my mama pulling up. Now, like, the garage is attached to the house. So I hear stuff, and I'm over here like, bro, what's that? So I was paranoid the entire time. But then all of a sudden, like, the door closed, and she like, Brie, everybody just yelled my name from a distance. Brie, I'm like, hey, Mom. Again, I put the shorty in the closet. This time, like, my mother is a person that comes and checks on me. So she came to my room. If I left out my room, she still would have ended up coming in my room. So yeah, it was no point of me even trying to leave the room. So I just put the girl in the closet. So I'm in here and I'm over here just like praying that this girl don't move, make no noises. Cause we ain't had no animals over there at this house. So I couldn't even blame it on something else. So I'm over there just chilling. I'm like, oh, I'm good, mama. She's like, what you doing? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Chilling, blah, blah, blah. So then all of a sudden she walked out my room, and I think she had went to the kitchen, but I thought she went to her room. So the girl had parked her car like, well, Raven knows, like in the parking like structure right next to my driveway. Mm-hmm. The little parking area. So she parked right there, and so my mama don't pay attention to the cars right there. But so the girl, I had to think about getting her out the house. Now I couldn't take her through the garage because then I'd be making noises for no reason. Like I'm going through the garage, and then my mama be like, well, why is the garage opening? Bitch, I don't know. I just did it. So then I'm over here thinking like I should take her out through the front door. So that's what I did. And in the midst of me going to the front door, I see my mother in the kitchen, but her back is turned. Like she looked like she was like trying to whip something up real quick. So I get the girl out the door. Now the blessing is that since our kitchen and our door was so close, the window in the kitchen is frosted. So you can't see out of it for real. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't see if somebody was like walking by. So the girl go out there, and my mama over here wondering why I'm opening the door. That right there shook me. Cause I'm over here like, I just wanted some air, you know what I'm saying? Real can't think on the spot. I was just seeing what it was like outside, you know what I'm saying? She like, closed my door. Cause it was like we had the air on and stuff. So black parents don't play about them doors being open when they paying for the air and heat.
It don't matter, even if they not, they're still, why are you in and out the house? Why are you opening my door?
Yep. So.
Not black parents, well, my mom's not black, but that's how she was. She don't play that.
Your mama low-key black. No, she don't count. She got a black card somewhere.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. But anyway, that was how I snuck her out the house, and that was by the grace of God. You dig? Because I don't know how my mama didn't see that. Because my mama not a gullible woman.
I got another story I just remembered. I don't know if I told y'all this already though. But I don't know if I did or I didn't. If I did, it wasn't like a story time. It was maybe brief. When I was 17, and I started dating my ex-girlfriend. So I met her at Pride, y'all. And
you met the girl at Pride, like
I met her.
You dating her, or you met her at a location?
Yeah, no, I didn't meet her at Pride. I'm saying like we met at Pride, started dating from that point on.
Yeah.
So, like maybe like a week later or 2 weeks later, like I had my own car, she didn't. She was a couple years younger than me. I actually was only 15, I was 17. She wasn't really old enough to drive. She was like, I want you to come over or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I lived in Romulus at the time. So she lived in Southfield at the time. This is a 35 minute drive. And I'm like, okay, not a problem. I never told my mama that's where I was going, I don't think. I'm like, I'm gonna come over, cool. So I drive to Southfield, it's 35 minutes, y'all. 35 minute drive, I'm 17, didn't tell my mama where I was going. And I'm like, I'm still kind of like, okay, Mom, while I'm doing this. I drive there or whatever. She let me in. She like, nobody home. And I'm like, okay. Like, because I'm allowed to have I usually, like at the time, I could have company. I just gotta let my mama know, hey, so-and-so coming over. So, it's no problem. This was the first time I'm ever meeting her in person. This was the first time we actually got to meet up in person since we just met each other or whatever. We just started talking. So I'm coming in or whatever. She's like, come on, you can come upstairs with me. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I take my shoes off. Oh, no, I get upstairs and I take my shoes off or whatever. I sit on her bed. I don't really know her. Like, I don't know her. She don't know me. We was about to, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what would have happened or what wouldn't have happened. So I'm just sitting there. She's, doing stuff in the bathroom. But she's moving a lot. She's just doing stuff. And I'm just sitting in the room just looking. So then her parents come home. Her dad and her stepmom come home or whatever. And her siblings, her little sister, her little brother. And if it was my mom, it's whatever. So the door is open and everything like that. Like the door is open. We weren't doing nothing. Literally just, I was sitting there. I wasn't in there for 10 minutes, y'all. So her dad, she go downstairs and I think she tell her parents that I'm upstairs. So all of a sudden they just start going at it. Like her daddy cussing her out, like going crazy, going off on her. And I'm just sitting there, y'all, like this is the first time I ever hung out with her, other than me meeting her at Pride. So I'm sitting there like, I'm scared. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Well, I don't know how I'm like, I'll go. Like I'll leave. It's not a problem.
Man, I would have walked downstairs with that church finger talking about some sorry, excuse me.
So I'm just sitting there, right? So her daddy ended up coming in the room and he was like, can you come downstairs, please? And I'm like, he was polite, but he had like aggression in his voice or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I just come downstairs or whatever. I accidentally leave my keys and my shoes upstairs in her room. So I'm sitting on the couch or whatever. And her and her daddy and them walking upstairs, they are going crazy. Like she going off on him, he going off on her. I'm sitting there and her siblings, her little sister come up and start talking to me. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be fine. So I'm just started entertaining her little sister. Her little sister was young at the time. Probably like 4 or something, like 3 or 4 or something like that. So she funny, like she like, asking me my name, what I like, and she telling me what she like, and I'm like, okay, cool. So then her, like they going off, she started, the girls start crying and all that type of stuff, and I don't know what transpired, what happened, I don't know nothing. All I hear is a whole bunch of yelling. So then eventually her dad come back downstairs and he's like, I'm sorry, but you have to leave. And he was like, it's not you, but this is not the first time she did this, and I already let her know she ain't nobody allowed in my house, all types of stuff. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, sir, I left my keys and my shoes upstairs. So he walk upstairs, he bring me my stuff, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna take out. I'm like, bye, so-and-so. I was talking to the little girl or whatever, she was sweet. And I walk out the door, I pull off, and then like I get this text message from her, the girl I went to go see, and she like, I understand if y'all never want to talk to me again. He this, he that. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, it's not you. I mean, they parents, whatever. But yeah, that jump was a scary.
No, she a fool for inviting you over if at the end of the day your parents don't want nobody in the house.
She hard-headed. And she always have been hard-headed.
And it's one thing, like, because at least I snuck the people out my house. Attempted to sneak them out my house. She was nice and bold enough and trying to be honest to go down there and let it be known. I got company up here, but Did you not know it was gonna be a fight? Like, did she not understand that she was gonna argue with her people?
She was 15. I don't know. I don't know. That's all I got though. I probably got more stories, but that I could just remember off rip. I don't know.
I wasn't that bad. I wasn't sneaking in and out of people's houses. People wasn't coming in and out of mine.
One time, she was like my older sister. My mama knew I was going down there to their house because it was like it was apartment buildings. She was apartment over or whatever. So I went over there and I forgot something at home. So I just did a nice, I'm like, come with me. So that way I can go get something from the crib. I go home.
2 minutes on feet.
It literally takes 2 to 3 minutes to walk from their apartment to my apartment.
1 to 2.
So we walk there or whatever, go into the house or whatever. My mama pull up. My mom used to be mean, though. So we pull up and I'm scared. I don't even know what I was scared for because it's not like she didn't know who she was. I wasn't dating her, nothing. I was family. I was young. I was like 15, 14, 13, I don't know, 12, who knows? I don't know. But it wasn't like we weren't in there tearing nothing up. I literally went home to go get something. But something in me was scared, so I'm like, you gotta get in the closet. So I put her in the closet or whatever. And y'all, there's no dating. Like still to this day, it's like my older sister. Like I grew up with them. So it's just me and her in the house. My mama come in and I, meet her at the door. Hey, Ma. So she just knew.
Well, you a fool for meeting her at the door. Why you meet her at the door like that?
I didn't necessarily go to the door, but
like at that point that looks suspicious. I would think somebody in my house too.
I didn't necessarily go to the door, but like when she came in, I'm like, hey, I had to let her know I'm in here before I get shot or something. Like, she thinks that if my mama thinks I'm down the hallway and then she hears somebody in the house, I might get shot. Like,
got it.
So I let her know I'm in the house, and she just, I don't know what I did, what suspicion I gave her. She went straight to my room. And she started looking under the bed, looking behind the door, and then she looked in the closet. And she went off. She like, y'all can come home. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing. You gotta go. What? Oh my God, I was just getting something. Jesus. My mom was crazy though.
All right, y'all. That was our story time.
Make sure y'all go do what y'all gotta do. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Tell a friend to tell all of them.
We wanna thank you for sitting watching the video. It's more to come, I promise. Hit that bell and leave a comment though. Say you want the content, well we deliver like dominoes. You smell what we cooking, if you can't shout it, go clear your nose. We had you laughing, Wiz Khalifa high with no smoking. Please don't watch the video and eat shit, you might choke. Notification squad, we looking where you at though. R&B gang over everything, we lit folk. Go ahead.